And, ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Yes.
Gerrit Cole, Brian Cashman's white whale. The Yankees.
He's in pinstripes.
Get the ace I have been screaming for.
Yeah, last 2 years.
Yeah, last
on the
2,
show.
3 years.
Last year and a half on the show.
It hasn't been a year and a half. God.
A year. It's been almost
Yeah.
a year, actually.
It's been nearly a year. God, plan out something for that.
When was the last time you were this happy about a free agent signing for the Yankees? Can you remember?
I can't remember. I've been happy about a lot of trades.
Mark Teixeira? Was it Mark Teixeira?
I was too young for Mark Teixeira and
Really?
CC Sabathia.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
was 5. I was 4 when that happened.
Right.
I was 4. Wow. God, it's really been that long since the Yankees won a World Series.
It has, yes.
Yeah. You're
a long
looking at me
time.
like, it's been so
Well,
long.
2009
since
is
the Yankees won a World Series.
not bad. 1983, that's been a long time. Baltimore
God,
Orioles.
it's really been. God, they won that recently. Really?
Yeah. Oh, well, they should have done it a couple more
Yeah.
times since then, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Well, how happy are you?
Haven't been this happy about a Yankee acquisition since Giancarlo Stanton, which I know it's not really that long, but I remember when it wasn't as memorable as when the Yankees traded for Stanton because I was asleep when the news broke out.
Okay.
It was at like midnight.
Yeah, I remember.
And I kind of prioritized sleep. So I remember I woke up. It was like 6:50 something in the morning, and I wake up to a text. Well, like I didn't wake up to that text, but I remember my dad texted me, like we got him 9 years, $345 million.
Right.
And I remember he was off on the money, but I remember first thing I did was I opened up Twitter, and immediately I just saw Ken Rosenthal, Jeff Passan, Peter Gammons, guys like that, just saying Gerrit Cole to the Yankees, 9 years, $324 million. And all I could say for 10 whole minutes was like, I remember I just woke up.
Yeah, you're groggy.
I'm still groggy. Only thing I could say for like 10, 15 minutes was, oh my God. Oh my God.
Wow. It's like,
oh my God.
It's like Christmas morning, man.
Yeah,
It's
Christmas
like,
came early.
Yeah.
Only year I've ever wanted Cole for Christmas, and
Yeah, you got it. You got big lump of coal for Christmas.
yep.
Wow. Well, let's talk about this deal. So I know you're happy about it. Because the best pitcher of the last 2 years.
Okay, not the last 2 years. The best pitcher last year in Major League Baseball.
But
Gerrit Cole.
and a very good pitcher last year.
The highest strikeouts per 9 innings rate
Yes.
of any pitcher in a single season ever.
Yes, and
Gerrit
last
Cole.
year until the World Series, he had won how many straight starts? They had not lost since
He had
May.
not lost. Yeah, he had not lost since like Memorial Day. So that
It's pretty
is
crazy.
very big. My God, just like I remember on the show, I've been saying that the Yankees needed that flamethrower that can eat innings and strike out batters. And Gerrit Cole is as good as anyone in baseball when it comes to throwing gas, eating innings, and striking out batters.
Yeah, started over 30 games last 3 seasons, went over 200 innings last 3 seasons. Strikeouts, jeez, man, 326 last year.
Jesus Christ.
ERA 2.5
Dude, do you have
last
any
year.
idea how big of a number that is? 326
a lot.
strikeouts.
That's a lot.
Like we look at 200 strikeouts and we think, "Oh, that's a lot of strikeouts."
Yeah.
326.
And a whip of .895, so under
Yeah,
one.
a sub
one
9,
whip.
not only a sub 1 whip, a sub .9 whip.
Yeah. And then on
Are
top
you
and
kidding
then
me?
the hits keep going 13.8 strikeouts per 9 inning. 13.8. That's
Let that number sink in.
that's pretty insane.
Just look at the numbers and just let them just marinate. Let them sit with you for a second. Look at those numbers.
Yeah. Other numbers to note. Let's see. 29 home runs given up, not bad. 48 walks, over 212 innings. Not bad at all. I
Yep.
mean, like great, and 20-5 record. So
Yeah, like I've said before that this, like, I don't think I've gone on record saying it on the show, but I've gone on record saying it to my friends, my family. This guy was God's handcrafted modern pitcher.
yeah,
That, like, I mean, I'm serious. Watching him in Game 2 against the Tampa Bay Rays may have been the best pitching performance I've ever seen in the playoffs. I'm being 100% serious. Like, that I've watched. Now, I'm sure in my entire life, sure, Roy Halladay is he threw a no-hitter, not a perfect game.
sure.
Like, Roy Halladay's no-hitter is obviously better than that. Like, how can you get much better than a no-hitter? But I don't think I've ever witnessed such an amazing pitching performance as Gerrit Cole in Game 2 of the ALDS against Tampa Bay Rays that just shouted in my face, "You're not hitting me."
Right.
Just like, I'm unhittable.
Yeah.
Deal
Good
with
luck.
it.
Good
Just
luck
like,
today.
It's like, good luck. Deal with it.
Yeah.
Dude, like, and these were pesky hitters. Like, I've said it for years. The Rays are a pesky team. And they always give the Yankees a run for their money. They gave the Astros a run for their money. Hell, the only reason the Rays lost to the Astros was because of Gerrit Cole.
Right. Absolutely.
He's that kind of pitcher. Okay, back to my point. The Rays hitters are tough to get out. They're always tough outs. They always fight. They're annoying. They irritate me every single time they play the Yankees. And Gerrit Cole made that disciplined and that annoying lineup look lost. I have never seen a lineup get so dominated by a starting pitcher in the postseason. Never in my life. And I mean that.
Yeah.
And I've watched a lot of baseball, and I genuinely mean that.
And the records speak for himself. He's only had one losing record since he started in 2013.
Yep.
It's great pickup. Let's talk about the contract though. $324 million.
Okay.
9 years.
Okay.
9 years.
I've seen
he is
people.
29. Is that correct?
Yeah, he's 29. And I've seen people complaining about the contract. I've seen people complaining about the term. I'm like, yeah, that contract, it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, and it's a long time. It's a long time.
I will say, it is an insane contract. That contract is lucrative. That contract is one of the biggest abominations of a deal I've ever seen. But when you consider what the Yankees have been going through in terms of starting pitching and how they don't have that guy, the Yankees have been very financially conservative over the past few years. As you know, ever since the big splurge on Jacoby Ellsbury, Chase Headley, Brian McCann, that 2014 offseason that blew up and they had to rebuild, you know they aren't big spenders. They haven't been big spenders.
Right. Not like in the good old days where they just bought whoever was out there and
yep,
signed people to huge contracts.
Yeah, but the Yankees were waiting for someone that was obviously, one, the best player available on the market. I believe Gerrit Cole is the best on the market. I like, sure, Rendon, you can make a case, but Gerrit Cole is, well, Rendon is a very good hitter, and he should have gotten a lot more consideration for NL MVP. But, one, Gerrit Cole was the best guy on the market. Two, he is a guy that the Yankees have needed. He is the kind of player that the Yankees have needed ever since this whole Judge, Sanchez-Torres era has started.
Yeah, the emergence.
Yeah, like ever since in the Baby Bomber era, the Yankees have been haunted in the regular season and postseason by a lack of a number one top-of-the-line ace.
Right.
And this if the Yankees didn't get him, one, if Cole going away from the Astros enough makes the Yankees the top dog in the American League, or maybe even the top dog in baseball, because I'm sorry, I don't believe in the Dodgers or any team in the National League, barring a fluke run, barring a run where one team gets abnormally hot like the Nationals last year. I don't believe any National League team could sniff the taint of the Yankees. And Gerrit Cole signing with the Yankees just took a really good team, one of the best team in baseball, by all means. Like ever since that scandal came out about the Astros.
Yes, the cheating.
Yeah, ever since the whole
the sign stealing scandal.
Ever since the whole that scandal.
Yes.
Like, for curveball,
Yeah.
for slider,
That's
for changeup.
Yeah.
Ever since that whole scandal came out, I firmly believe that was the moment the Yankees became the best team in baseball, and Gerrit Cole signing with the Yankees turned them from a favorite to an overwhelming favorite. At this point, I see no valid excuse in my mind that the Yankees don't win the World Series next year, because over the last couple years...
Jeez, man, what if they don't? How disappointing would that be? With that kind of lineup.
Like,
I mean,
and that rotation. That rotation. Are you kidding me? The Yankees rotation just went from their biggest weakness to arguably their third biggest strength. Like, third to that lineup and bullpen. Because, don't get me wrong, the Yankees are still a team that's built on the back of their lineup and their bullpen. But add that team, that amazing team, their first and second string lineup, because you remember their second string lineup was beating the doors off of teams the Red Sox and the Rays. Like, that was the team.
They did fine with
that was the team that went on like a 29-7 run or something like that from like April to May.
28 of those victories were against the Orioles, just for the record. But, just
28 of those victories.
It sure seemed like it.
Yeah. So yeah, take that team that is probably the best team in baseball and add Gerrit Cole. Add the best pitcher in baseball from 2019 onto that roster.
Yeah.
That team went from a formidable foe to a super team. I'm going to go out and say it. They're a super team.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, you know me. I try not to bite on hype. Like we learned from this summer with the Devils. Like, we learned that hype doesn't really mean everything. And
we got to play the games.
And that could certainly be true. The Yankees could sputter, fall out the gate, and fall down. They could suffer from a bajillion injuries again. But again, when are injuries an excuse? But that's aside from the point I'm making.
Sure.
There is still a possibility that this Yankee team could flop.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of people want this Yankee team to flop. Hell, everybody outside the Bronx.
You're looking at one of them,
hell,
sure.
Everybody outside the...
Nothing would make me happier.
Like, everybody outside of that Yankee circle wants this team to flop.
Sure.
And it's a possibility that they do flop. But I'm looking at this team that just came off from back-to-back 100-win seasons after being screwed out of 2 AL pennants by the Houston Astros. Like, and I believe that. They were screwed. Like I've seen Yankee pages on Instagram, and I've talked to them about, like, man, why do you hate the Astros so much? They're just better than us. Can you admit that they're better than us? But after that whole scandal came out,
all right. I mean, you can put a little asterisk there. Yeah, sure.
Ever since that whole scandal came out,
yeah.
I am furious, and like I'm about to say that would meander from my point.
Okay.
So God, I gotta stop doing that. So,
it's all right.
So like I'm trying to look professional.
Sure.
But like I'm
that went out the window like 20 episodes ago. So that's all right.
Well,
we've only been on video 2 episodes, so you can reboot and look professional right now. So okay.
Like, yeah, I'm trying to make merch.
Yes.
Now, which I'm probably gonna have that link
Nice.
up on somewhere, probably not in this video, but in the videos to come.
Okay, I like it.
Also, by the way, I'm gonna put my social media handles up right now. Follow my Twitter, my Instagram.
Nice.
Stuff like that. I did make a Facebook, but I'm not gonna be posting on that much.
Okay.
But so yeah, after I went from thinking that the Astros were undeniably better to they're cheaters. They screwed us out of 2 pennants. Like, I'm gonna be firm.
All right.
We got screwed.
Right.
And I am the last person who will say the Yankees got screwed. But this is a situation where I think the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Dodgers, the Rays, any team that has fallen to the Astros in the playoffs got
take it with a grain of salt.
Screwed. They got screwed.
All right, I got some numbers here. So with this contract, $36 million per year, which is it's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous amount of money.
Jesus
That's an unfathomable amount of
my
money.
God.
I'm just saying.
He's gonna
so if
make
you
more than
this comes courtesy of at CBS Sports HQ. So this breaks down to $1.09 million per start. So you get paid $1 million per start. Over 169,000 per inning pitched, over 110,000 per strikeout, $9,200 per pitch thrown. That's what the numbers break down to. That's pretty.
Oh my God.
That's pretty silly.
You have to be kidding me.
It's pretty silly. $9,200 for throwing a pitch. So, yeah.
I mean, like, I will agree. That contract is
It's absolutely ridiculous.
lucrative. It's ridiculous. It is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. That's a word I only say when I don't know what else to say. That is what that contract is. But and I've seen people complaining about the term. I've seen shockingly Mike Francesa complaining about the contract. But the thing is, we're not paying for years, for the whole 9 years.
Yeah, your argument that you made last year was, or not last episode, I mean, was.
Like, if you sign a player that's, say, say Juan Soto hits the open market right now, all of a sudden, Juan Soto is a free agent. He would garner a lot of money, probably over 200-something million.
Sure.
And say, 9-10 years. You're paying for those full 9 to 10 years because you expect them, you expect them to perform like that, and that goes to guys like Ronald Acuna, Gleyber Torres. Judge is a little too old for that now, but any young player like Fernando Tatis.
Young guys. They're in the early 20s.
Really young guys. Those are the kind of guys that you pay the whole 9 years for. But with Gerrit Cole, the Yankees aren't paying for the whole. They aren't paying for the whole country mile. They're paying for basically their contending window. I made that point on the last episode.
Sure, which is now.
The
window is now.
Now they're paying for the remainder of his prime, and this contract's worth in the future when it inevitably becomes an albatross and Gerrit Cole loses his velocity, when he loses his stuff, when he's throwing 87 and getting bombed at Yankee Stadium and getting booed by everybody. Or actually, what judges that he gets booed or not is if he wins the World Series. Why do you think nobody complained about the CC contract?
Yeah, he won it. He won it all in 2009.
Yeah, he got the job done in 2009. He did what they signed him to do, and he won a World Series. And I believe the value of Gerrit Cole's contract is going to be based on whether he wins a World Series or not.
Yeah.
If he doesn't win a World Series, it could be one of the worst contracts in baseball history. If he does win a World Series, it'll be, I believe, the Yankees' investment would be worth it.
Sure.
It depends on whether they win 28 with Cole. And Cashman believed that the difference between 27 and 28 was Gerrit Cole. And I believe that's all I have.